Hello friends, Ghost Chris here. So I wanted to do a quick video on headlamps. Now, light sources are a dime a dozen these days, but there's definitely a light source that stands out when that people realize, okay, this person is serious. They have a job to do. They can't have their hands tied up with a flashlight, and it's mechanics and campers, hikers, backpackers. Those are the two that really get lumped in with association with headlamps. And they come in all sorts of shapes and sizes. You can get some with different colored lenses. I've had several throughout my outdoor life. And what I recommend that you take a look at is two features. You want one that is comfortable. So this strap here, put it on, for sure put it on. And make sure that it's comfortable and adjustable so that you can make sure that it fits your head. The second thing is that it can be adjustable forwards and backwards. There are a few that you're not gonna find any that can't do that, but you want one that isn't too cumbersome. Because there's some I had growing up that you like clicked it and it was like click, 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 click. And what I always wanted it in between one of those clicks. It'd be a click here and then a click there. And I always wanted it right there. So this one, what I like about it is that it's just like a tension. So there's a little screw and you can loosen it to make it looser. But right now it's just perfect tension where I can put it on any angle for 180 degrees and it'll stay at that angle. If I wanted to walk around with it like that, I can do so. I like the simple ones. They're the ones that are really complicated. I don't like them because you can't see what you're doing. This is gonna be on your forehead, and if you're fumbling between 4 different, lenses and, light switches, you're gonna go from green to red to blue and then finally white. It's just obnoxious. So I recommend getting a simple one that has a simple lever with a comfortable strap. And you really don't need anything more than that. I don't recommend you spend crazy amounts of money on a headlamp unless you need like a red light for specific purpose, like you're sailing and you don't want to wreck your night vision, so you need a red light to read a chart or something like that. Or you're orienteering for the same reason. You don't want to wreck your night vision. So if you don't know, a red light is the best to help retain your night vision. But this one here, just a simple on-off. It's pretty bright. I don't know the lumens. And you can press it different ways to dim it. If you double tap it, I think it does like a flicker. But really, I just turn it on and turn it off. Oh, there's that dimmer. I must have done it some way. But yeah, I just highly recommend that you get a headlamp because when you're camping, you're out in the woods. Yeah, you might be fine with a flashlight, but as soon as you upgrade to a headlamp, it's gonna change your world. You're gonna find excuses to do things in the dark, and your friends are just gonna be amazed at your ability to perform in the nighttime, and it's fun. I was recently camping with a family, friend of a friend, and I was the only one with a headlamp, and they suddenly relied on me to do almost all the tasks when the sun went down. They're like, "Hey, Chris, can you do this?" We needed more firewood, so I had to chop firewood because you can't chop firewood with one hand. And any sort of task, it's going to be easier if you have a task to do with both hands. So why not get a light source that allows you to function better at night when you need a light source? If you're going to get a flashlight, you might as well get a headlamp because it can do more than a flashlight could and really shouldn't cost you any more. The only time I would really recommend getting a handheld flashlight is if you want something in your hand. Say if it's for defense. I have a nice defensive flashlight that is incredibly bright. It has some extensions at the end of it so that I can use it as a weapon. That's a good use to have something in your hand. But as far as effectiveness, definitely consider a headlamp. Here, I'll show you real quick what it looks like on my head. And yeah, let me transition real quick. All right, so here's what it looks like on my head. Obviously not the coolest, but you will be the coolest at camp when you're the only one with a headlamp. And also it's just, there's something satisfying about being able to turn it on and now I can see what I'm doing and I have both hands ready to go. There's been times where I'm in the woods and we've thought cougars or bears were around, and I felt better flicking this on, and then I had two hands to deal with the situation. Or like I said, we're doing firewood. There are certain tasks you really can't do that you might need to. You really can't do with one hand that you might need to after dark. So definitely take a look at some of the links in the description of Coasty Chris approved headlamps that I recommend down below. Again, don't look for anything too fancy unless you have a specific purpose in mind for that fanciness. Get something that's comfortable, that you can adjust as needed, and has a simple but effective pivoting system to allow you to change the degree to which you can see. So I hope you found this useful, and I hope you all have a great day and stay classy. Coasty Chris out.